Here at Southern Coast Cooking coming at you. Tonight, or today, this afternoon, I'm going to do a great video. I've been wanting to watch a video on for a long time. And it's basically long-term lobster storage. Or what I mean by that, more than just overnight, maybe for a couple of nights. You know, it's happened to all of us probably. You only got a lobster, you end up not cooking it that day, because they're on sale or something like that. You want to try to stretch it, see if you can keep that bad boy alive. You don't have a big lobster tank. But what can you do? Now, I order my lobsters from Maine Lobster now. They send them in live, fresh, packed in seaweed. Great, guarantee them for 24 hours. However, I'm having a big party on Sunday. Today's Friday. And it was a snafu with the event planner and everything else. And we received one of our boxes of lobsters today. I'm going to make them last till Sunday. So we're going to do an experiment here, everything else. I'm going to do some of the best stuff, to my knowledge, that I can put together by talking to pet shops, seafood purveyors, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Get your lobster. You can just keep it, for a little while, just in the box it comes in, possibly overnight. If not, I tell you to stock them in the bottom of your fridge, those seaweeds, wet paper towels, stuff like that over them. Keep the fridge around 40 degrees or something like that. Maybe a little cooler. That should be okay. It's a kind of a hybrid state, or hibernation state is what I mean. When they get cold like that, they don't move around much. But the fear that you run into over that maybe 48 hours or so is little bit by little bit, they're bubbling some water out that they've stored inside that's keeping those gills wet. And they'll end up suffocating. They'll dry out. So what I decided to do, we'll see how this works. I went to my local fishbowl pet store, got a few items. I think in all, I spent like maybe 30, 40 bucks to save roughly $700 worth of lobsters and all. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Folks, I picked up 5 gallons of this pre-mixed salt water for a saltwater tank. This is stuff that you can pour right in. So there's proper pH, everything. 5 gallons, okay? So I'm using that as my water. Dang sure we're gonna put it in fresh water. Also from a fish place, I just got a styrofoam cooler thing to throw fish come in. Now here's what I got, y'all. I've got the water in here. I've got 4 of the large lobsters. These are 3-pound Maine lobsters. The biggest they come from Maine. And look. See them snug down there in the water? Now I'm going to show y'all something. This is important, is the temperature. A lobster tank, well, first off, you need an aerator. They just bought like a little aerator off a minnow bucket. It's supposed to aerate up to 10 gallons of water. I only have 5 in there, so it should be fine. And so also, you want to take the temperature of the water. Just temp that water. Look, 45 degrees. That's perfect. Just where you want it. 40, 45. You don't really want to go over 50, but that just keeps the lobsters calm, keeps them where they want to be. And I'm going to show you, they are alive in here. You want to take one of these bad boys up and out, he can get feisty on you. Look at that. So I'm going to put him back in, nestle him back in there, but what I'm going to have to do, y'all, is switch these in now since I only have this one tank. So I'll let these stay in here, these swim around for about 8 hours. Right before I go to bed tonight, I'll switch them out. I'll put these back in the fridge just to lay on the seaweed and put the other ones here in the tank. Next morning here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a switch. I did one last night. I've been letting them do about 8 hours in here and 8 hours back in the fridge. These guys here seem pretty lively. Well, I'm still alive, whatever we'll say. They're in a tank. So, they're still moving around. We'll go check the ones in the fridge. Fridge, have them covered in a damp paper towel with some of that seawater. Of course, some seaweed. Oops, ouch, sorry. And these guys, although lethargic, they're still good. Check them out there. Yep. We see a little bit of movement there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch these dudes over from this into the water tank. But the water tank goes back in here while I go to work. And then we can do another switch back when I get home. But this ought to work. You know, just I just don't have enough room keeping the tank the whole time. See, there's that guy. Oh, he getting kind of cranky. All right, y'all. Day 2. Y'all, it is Sunday, and so we've been able to hold these over for 3 days, or I guess you would say 72 hours, which, you know, usually people aren't able to do. Temp this water, we're running about 38 degrees. Let's check and see if these bad boys are still alive. Look at that. Looks lively to me. Oh yeah. So these are live here. Now what I've been doing is switching them out about every 8 to 10 hours. You know, the night before I go to bed or last night, I put, and the only reason I do that because I don't have that much space. You know, about 7 or 8 lobsters, and I put half of them in here and half of them in the fridge, and I'll show you where they're resting in there. But doing this cycle here, keeping the lungs wet and everything, I think is what's made them last so long, y'all. So yes, it's a great idea here, I think. Let's go check the ones in the fridge. The ones in the fridge, of course, I would just cover them with wet paper towel from that seawater and then some of the seaweed they came in. And let's just pick one out here. I'll pick one off the top. Anyway, so yeah, that one's still alive. Yeah, they're moving it. They're a little more lethargic here in the refrigerator than they are when you go in that water there. I'm sorry, pick these ones off the bottom. I want to show y'all. But anyway, yeah, we've kept them alive for 72 hours. Heck yeah, no telling how long they'd last in this cycle. But I hope this helps any of y'all who ever need to hold lobsters over or something like that for longer than about 12 hours or something. I think this is how you do it.